night court. It's the Neutral Ground with Corey Johnson. Yeah, you right, Crescent City and beyond. A hot Tuesday afternoon. Be careful out there. Stay hydrated, especially if you're out and about in this absurd heat. Where's number 9, Mr. Drew Brees, when we need him? There he is. Thank you, Mr. Drew Brees, for that introduction. Corey Johnson back at you on the radio. Oh, so fine, 93.9 FM. We're on New Orleans' own 107.9 FM. I love that sneaky little powerful AM signal we're on. 600 AM from Baton Rouge all the way to Pensacola, Florida. We're on TV until 5:30 all over Louisiana. If you subscribe to Cox Television or the Charter system, we got you covered. Cox Channel 4, that's Your View, Louisiana. Cox Channel 4 all over Louisiana, weekdays at 4. Spectrum Channel 333 all over Louisiana, starting at 4. CoreyTalks.com live streaming, and we're on YouTube now. Getting into the 21st century. So is Pontchartrain Beach, apparently. Almost sinful behavior by the city of New Orleans. 40 years, a few generations, Pontchartrain Beach has been essentially closed to the public. And I'm not talking about the amusement park. That's long gone. There's the business park there now. I'm talking on the other side of the levee, in between the business park and the lake itself. The beach, Pontchartrain Beach, has been basically shuttered for 40 years. It took local, civic-minded, concerned citizens to step up and get this ball rolling. One of them joins us on the program right now. You can find him at backtothebeach.org. That's the website, backtothebeach.org. It's the Pontchartrain Beach Foundation, and one of their board members, Zach Kupperman, joins us on the program live. How you doing, Zach?
I'm great. How are you? Thanks for having me, Corey. Thanks
for joining us. I'm assuming, Zach, you're out at the lakefront right now getting ready for something you guys have planned, this presentation to the levee board, essentially, the levee district at 4:30. Am I right?
Yes, I'm actually out of town, but the whole team is there. We're getting ready to do our presentation.
Boy, the backtothebeach.org website, even with just like the 4 or 5 little artist renderings, blew my doors off, Zach. I mean, the trucks for, food trucks and volleyball courts and the little hill with the kind of Greek theater looking thing with the concrete where people can sit and stand. It kind of makes it more solid, more people friendly. The little cut-in stage, for the kind of little marina for motorized boats, the huge swimming area in the middle, not 1 but 2 enclosed with jetties and marshland sort of paddle boat areas. Just incredible.
Thank you very much. We're really excited. It's kind of a shame that New Orleans doesn't have its own beach, and we absolutely should. And, why not? Why not us? Why can't we have this beach? We've got the lake right there and this incredible natural asset that the citizens of New Orleans should have. So we're really excited to try to do our part to bring it back into commerce.
Hey, Zach, why now? I'm glad, but why now? What got you guys motivated? Guy Williams over at Gulf Bank, you, a few others. What got you motivated to try to get this project going right now? Why the interest now? And thank goodness.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the Pontchartrain Beach Foundation has been working on this for many, many years, led by Guy Williams and Michael Liebert and others. And I'm recently joined the board, and it's, for me, it's kind of two different things. I've recently been going out on the lake, and I've gone to the beach from the water side, and I've seen it. And there are people that go there, but it's really a shame that you can't access it. And the more I've seen it, the more it's made me think it's just wasting away, and kind of now is the time. Why wait? The other component to the whole thing is, there should hopefully be good state and local and national leadership and hopefully some public dollars available to contribute to fixing up the beach and bringing it back. There's a fair amount of work that has to be undertaken on the water side of the beach and then, on the land side as well. So we think hopefully with the infrastructure bill that was passed by Congress, there might be some opportunity to earn some money there. And then, along with this kind of galvanized and rejuvenated civic engagement, people are really excited about this now. And we decided now is the time to capitalize on it.
It was so strange, Zach. You mentioned, accessing it from the lake. If you have a boat, you can sail up to that beach. You can motor up to that beach. Lincoln Beach, same thing. There's nothing illegal about that. It's the shoreline. But you can't, it's illegal to access it, or it's fenced off at least, although there are cuts in the fence and people access both those beaches. I just don't know of another community in the United States that would fence off a natural beach area like that. It just seems so weird. Pontchartrain Beach for 40 years, Lincoln Beach for 60, Zach.
It's pretty wild that it sat there derelict for this long. And, I think there's been a bunch of reasons over the years, from funding to politics to other stuff, that has really held us back.
Yep.
In 2016, the foundation was able to find 17,000 tons of amazing sand that an oil and gas entrepreneur had actually brought down to New Orleans for a fracking venture that went belly up. And so the foundation bought the sand. The sand is still out there today. It's been protected, and it's these amazing dunes. And so it's just kind of crazy. Like you mentioned, you can't access it, or you're not supposed to from the land side, but it's there. And yes, it needs a little bit of work, but now is the time.
How much work, Zach? How many millions of dollars to get the vision realized?
It's going to need a lot of work, many, many millions. There's a fair amount under the water. There's some stuff that needs to be fixed. There's some underground kind of sheet metal that needs to be removed. There's a little bit of work on all the jetties that stick out. Part of our plan is to put some wave barrier protections in the water that make swimming a little bit nicer. And then, the vision on the land, you kind of touched on it, but putting in a boardwalk, having really nice restrooms, food trucks, dog park, a boat launch, all that stuff. We're talking, tens of millions of dollars. Yep.
And a lot of it federally funded, correct?
That's our hope. We don't have any of the money dedicated just yet. We've gotten some private dollars from the ASB Foundation and Gulf Coast Bank and Trust that have put up some money to fund quite a bit of this so far. But in terms of the infrastructure dollars, we haven't gotten any of that committed yet.
New Orleans has a friend, obviously, distributing that federal money for the president.
Yes, we hope that helps us out a little bit.
Yep, Mitch Landrieu. Zach Kupperman's with us for a couple more minutes. I got to ask you this, Zach, totally off topic. Your grandfather was the warehouse on Chapatoulas in the Bend?
Yes, he was.
Yeah, I figured as much. Had you ever gone in Grandpa's old warehouse when you were a boy?
No, I never did. He was in the furniture business, and he had closed down his store. Yep. Probably right around the time I was born, 1982, 1983. So
the store was on Aretha Castle Haley, maybe, or something like that?
That's right. That's exactly right. The store was on Aretha Castle Haley.
There was a car. I went in that warehouse about 30 years ago, Zach. Your grandfather had like a couple of cars under covers. It was just like a trail of stuff like that show with those guys in the van that drive around. They would have loved to have gone to your grandfather's warehouse. It was incredible. And now it's been redone and it's part of the city. It's nice. But I remember the Kupperman warehouse. I figured that has to be Zach's grandfather.
That was it. I appreciate that.
Yep. Hey, Zach, the best way for people to find out is backtothebeach.org about what you guys want to do with Pontchartrain Beach, right?
That's right. Yes. Please go to backtothebeach.org. We have our full proposal that we submitted to the Lakefront Management Authority last week is up. You can check everything out, and there'll be ways to kind of follow along with our progress backtothebeach.org.
And when do you expect I can go lay out on the beach or swim in the lake from the new Pontchartrain Beach? Maybe 3 years from now or so?
Hopefully 3 years or less. We, quite a bit of work to do there, but that sounds about right.
Zach, a pleasure, man. Congratulations, and thanks so much for everything.
Thank you so much, Corey. Appreciate you having me on.
That's Zach Kupperman. He's part of the Pontchartrain Beach Foundation board. Backtothebeach.org. You're going to be blown away what these guys' vision is for Pontchartrain Beach.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, the premier day spa experience, now with 4 area locations. Canal at Carrollton, on the North Shore in Slidell, in Baton Rouge by the Mall of Louisiana, and now in Metairie, West Esplanade at Transcontinental. The Woodhouse Day Spa.
The Port of New Orleans Napoleon Terminal is nearly doubling in size, with 4 new gantry cranes being installed and over $100 million being invested. That means lots of new jobs, port traffic, and tax dollars for the city. The Port of New Orleans, your port. Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Cities, total maintenance keeps you cool. NolaAC.com, your cool side. NolaAC.com, your cool side.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
What actually lasts a lifetime? Not much, but at Helm Paint, we have something guaranteed to last a lifetime. Benjamin Moore's Regal Select. This paint and primer in one offers cutting-edge waterborne technology, smooth application, and long durability. Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore, your New Orleans paint store.
The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, it's open now. We fix cars and trucks. We do all makes and models. And it doesn't have to be a Ford or a Lincoln. It could be whatever you're driving. 32,000 square feet under roof, now open at 3101 Williams Boulevard. It's all about you, the customer, getting the most for your dollar. I would say the most perfect collision center anyway. The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, 3101 Williams Boulevard. Go check it out.
Greater New Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com.
This is what Drew Brees thinks about Super Discount Store in Chalmette. Actually, Brees doesn't think at all about Super Discount Store, but they do have the lowest prices allowed by Louisiana law for beer, alcohol, and wine. Super Discount Store in Chalmette. Super Discount Store!
Rouse's Market is hiring. With 65 stores, fuller part-time employment, and flexible scheduling, Rouse's has a job for you, or maybe even a career. Apply at any Rouse's store or online at rouses.com.
Louisiana is unique. The food, the festivals, even the bugs. No, not mud bugs. Unwanted bugs like these. The ones you don't want crawling in your home or business. Trust the Shield from J&J Exterminating. We've been protecting Louisiana homes for over 50 years, earning the trust of our clients because we deliver what we promise. Protect your home from pests. Get the Shield from J&J Exterminating.
J&J Exterminating. Yeah.
When you think of Fury's restaurant in Metairie, you think about fresh local fish like flounder, snapper, and speckled trout, fried, broiled, or grilled. Fury's restaurant in Metairie.
Tommy's Lock and Alarms is now hiring service and installation technicians. Great benefits, great pay, take-home vehicle. Apply today. Tommy'sLockandAlarms.com.
Yeah, you right, Crescent City and beyond. Corey Johnson with you on a Tuesday afternoon. Thanks so much for joining us. If you have missed a little bit of the program just now, you're just joining us. You missed Zach Kupperman with the Pontchartrain Beach Foundation. He's a board member. Check out their website, backtothebeach.org. Backtothebeach.org. Just the renderings. They've only got about 4 or 5 of them. The artist renderings of what they want to do at Pontchartrain Beach is mind-blowing. And then when you see it, you're two things. You're going to be like, boy, all for it. And then what have we been doing the last 40 years? Just absolutely sinful that Pontchartrain Beach is sat idle for 40 years. Lincoln Beach, 60 years. 60 years. It's not believable. People have been born and died in this time period and never got to experience the beach. I've said it once, I'll say it again. Cities would cut off their left arm to have a natural beach like we have. We got 2 of them on the lake, and the water's good and the beach is nice. You can swim in the water. I mean, it is at least Biloxi Gulfport, Ocean Springs quality. I'd say probably a little better, personally speaking. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think a little better than that. Not as brown, not as foamy. Anyway, long overdue. 60 years, Lincoln Beach closed, 40 years, Pontchartrain Beach. West End Park's going on 2 decades now. West End Park on the 17th Street Canal. It's unbelievable. That's been closed since 2005 with not a pile driver, not a single thing done to revitalize it. I don't get it. I mean, Orleans and Jefferson Parish get with some private developers. You would get a private developer to put up all the money to build some building right on the water that underneath could be like, boats pulling up. That first floor that you go up, maybe just like, half a flight of steps. It's like a half floor up just above the, flood level. You have your retail. You have, Brunnings, Fitzgerald's, stuff like that. And then maybe the next floor could be, beauty salon, law office. And then above that, condos and apartments and stuff like a 6, 8, 10-story tower, linear, in the exact same footprint as the old West End Park. Generate tax dollars for Orleans and Jefferson. But shockingly, nothing done. That's New Orleans for you, huh? All right, I got a New Orleans for you in a good way. In Mid-City, Katie's Restaurant, as New Orleans as it gets. In between Bienville and Canal Street, in between Carrollton and Doc Francis Parkway, in Mid-City, Iberville Corner, Telemachus. The quintessential New Orleans neighborhood restaurant, just like Scott Craig says. A taste of New Orleans. Big portions, great for sharing. New Orleans specialties, old school, a Mid-City mainstay. It's Katie's. And don't forget Bienvenue in Harahan, the Katie's of Harahan. Bienvenue, bringing a little Mid-City New Orleans flavor to Hickory. Bienvenue, the Katie's of Harahan. Yeah, Katie's. Go check them out tonight for dinner. Corey Johnson with you on a Tuesday afternoon. Opening statements have begun at DA Jason Williams' federal tax fraud trial. 12 jurors and 4 alternates selected. 10-count indictment. Opening statements taking place. The trial is expected to last at least 2 weeks. I read somewhere today expecting it to last 3 weeks. So you get the general gist of what's going on. 3 main witnesses for the prosecution, for the feds. Jason Williams, tax guy. Jason Williams, law partner. And Jason Williams' former wife. That's pretty hard to overcome in a tax fraud trial where you were allegedly hiding money you earned as an attorney at your firm, when your tax person that did your taxes is a witness for the feds, a law partner on the inside of your firm is a witness for the feds, and your former wife, your ex-wife, is a witness for the feds. Jason Williams is saying publicly, ready to get this going. He's got a capable attorney in Billy Gibbons. Williams's argument is going to be, first off, I thought my tax guy was a CPA. He touted himself as a CPA. He's not a CPA. He made the mistakes. I said yesterday, if I'm guilty of a crime, Billy Gibbons might be one of the attorneys I would consider. Young, but smart. But I will tell you this, a lot of people, and this is just obvious to me, I'll never forget the Fred Hebe situation with the U.S. Attorney's Office led by Jim Letton. Billy Gibbons worked at that firm. So Fred Hebe kind of invented a new way of getting off a crime. People like Fred Hebe, rich, wealthy, they usually, you hire the best attorneys. Well, he took it up another level. You hire the best attorneys and you hire someone that used to work in that office that the feds, the office the feds are coming after you, that Eastern District office. And that was Billy Gibbons. So I love Hebe when they discovered, and give credit to Hebe. He did it. He got off. In my opinion, totally guilty. Him and Butch Ward or whatever, totally guilty to this day, still doing their shenanigans. That's my opinion of Fred Hebe. I think he's just a immoral, unethical joker, a clown. But he's smart and he's wealthy. And he not only hired the best attorneys, he hired a former employee of Jim Letton. And if you remember, Jan Mann and Sal Paracone, they were pit bulls in that office. They went and attacked, city people with city contracts, politicians, anyone doing corrupt stuff. They were pit bulls. They were smart. They knew what they were doing, and they were effective. They had a great conviction rate. The problem is it got to them a little bit, I guess, just barely. I don't think Jan Mann and Paracone are like total weaklings, and this was pathetic. I think it's just they got just sort of suckered into this, and shame on them. But the NOLA.com commenting, Menkins and all that, he had his own little, pseudonym. So did she. And they were posting. And obviously that was probably the talk of the office. They didn't keep it to themselves. Now, I don't know if Jim Letton knew about it, but I think Billy Gibbons knew. And I think when Hebe hired him, it wasn't because, boy, Billy Gibbons, you're a great attorney. You're going to figure a way out of this thing for me. It's, what do you know about Letton and his office? And Gibbons is like, well, I know that, Paracone posts on NOLA.com all the time. And I'll never forget Hebe, the way they revealed it. We hired an former FBI forensic expert that read the different comments and could see a style and flavor of the writing that connected it to Paracone. That is 110% BS nonsense, in my opinion. First off, there are a gazillion comments. And I'm sure you could focus in on one commenter that's making the ones that sort of stand out and raise an eyebrow. And that's what Hebe did. But Gibbons came in there and said, that's Paracone. He's commenting. And that's how that took off. Not, we brought in a former FBI forensic expert who kind of saw the way the writing flowed and the flavor of the writing and concluded that it was Paracone. That's nonsense. Billy Gibbons went in there, not being an attorney at all, got hired by Hebe, probably got paid hundreds of thousands of dollars, in my opinion, for doing absolutely nothing but saying, and it solved the problem, hey, Paracone's posting on NOLA.com. But Hebe's smart. Hey, a forensic expert figured it out. No, it's a shame that, shame on Letton and his office, man, and Paracone. Shame on them ultimately. But Hebe, who I think is just a corrupt contractor with Jefferson Parish, the dump, the Gar landfill, Robinette nonsense, all that crap. I just think he's an unsavory character. He's the poster boy for like what's bad on the private sector side with these city contracts and stuff where these folks get rich. But it's worse than that, him getting away with the crime. It's worse than that. He took down a very powerful, effective U.S. attorney in Jim Letton. And I'm sure him and his buddies, when they're having dinner, tooling around in their Mercedes van, the limo with his 8 or 10 buddies, Garlandfield Robinette's been in that group many times. No, I'm sure they chuckle and laugh about Hebe getting off and bringing down Jim Letton. But for the betterment of the city, black, white, old, young, it was a major blow. Hebe wins. We all lose. We all lose. The small part's Hebe not going to jail. The big part is he took out Jim Letton. And again, shame on Perricone and Mann. But no, that was devastating. It's taken a while for that Eastern District to get its groove going again. It's taken a while. No, Hebe is smart. You hire the best attorneys and you hire someone from the entity that's coming after you, a former employee. And that's how Hebe got off. That's all. Opening statements. That same attorney, Billy Gibbons, representing Jason Williams. He's not a miracle worker. It's not like you hire Billy Gibbons and you're getting off with a crime. I would argue high-profile criminals that have hired Gibbons, I'd say more times than not, they're found guilty. And I think Jason Williams will be found guilty as well. That's sort of my expectation. I think that's sort of most people's expectations. Anything goes. We have no idea how this could go down. But yeah, Jason Williams could get off. Jason Williams could get off. I certainly hope not, because from what we all can see, Jason Williams is guilty. Plus an ineffective DA. Wow.
Talking about something else entirely. Super Discount Store on Paris Road in Chalmette.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes are magazine, as unique as you.
Custom window treatments can enhance the look and value of your home. At Helm Paint and Decorating, we're proud to offer custom plantation-style window shutters by Scandia. Perfect for any window, including large frames, French doors, sliding doors, and arches. American-made SL300 shutters are available in many colors to match your personal decor. We'll come out to measure, and you'll receive fast delivery. Plus, they're virtually maintenance-free.
Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore led us steer you in the right direction.
Helm Paint and Supply.
Enjoy outdoor dining on the streetcar line, under the oak trees, Lebanon's Cafe, the finest in Middle Eastern cuisine, Carrollton at Jeanette, Lebanon's Cafe.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot.
Did you know Rouse's sells only Angus beef? Angus beef's natural marbling means more succulence and flavor. Whether you choose Rouse's USDA Prime, Choice, or Select, it'll be only Angus beef when you get it at Rouse's. Tastes like home.
For over 30 years, one of the premier security companies in New Orleans and South Louisiana has been Tommy's Lock and Alarms. And right now, Tommy's Lock and Alarms is hiring. Come and work for one of the best security companies in the region with great pay, great benefits, and a take-home vehicle. Tommy's Lock and Alarms is hiring, and they're looking for you. To apply for one of these coveted positions, go online to tommyslockанdalarms.com. Tommy's Lock and Alarms.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this Lamarck Automotive Complex is something called Quick Lane. Tires, wheel alignments, struts, servicing your transmission. We're doing all makes and models. It doesn't have to have been purchased from us. It's for you. It handles your lifestyle with your budget in mind. And we want to get you in and out as quick as possible. Quick Lane, you got to come see it. You're going to love the experience. Right there at Williams Boulevard in Kenner.
When you think of Fury's restaurant in Metairie, you think about the freshest local seafood anywhere. shrimp, oysters, speckled trout, flounder, snapper, soft shells, crawfish. Fury's Restaurant in Metairie.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
The Port of New Orleans Napoleon Terminal is nearly doubling in size, with 4 new gantry cranes being installed and over $100 million being invested. That means lots of new jobs, port traffic, and tax dollars for the city. The Port of New Orleans, your port. Hey, don't forget Trey Yen for dinner. They're opening up in about 20 minutes in Mandeville. You South Shore folks, it's an easy drive, especially after like 6:15, 6:30, once that traffic's done. It's about 25 minutes, not 30, not 40, but 25 minutes from Lakeside Mall to the front door of Trey Yen, because all you're doing is crossing the bridge. You're not driving around on the North Shore. It's basically at the foot of the causeway in Mandeville. Chinese cuisine heaven. Trey Yen tonight for dinner. You North Shore folks, foot of the causeway in Mandeville. Trey Yen's so good. Plus, I love the curbside pickup. They walk it right out to your car. It's incredible. Get a big to-go order tonight or dine in. It's not Chinese food. It's Chinese cuisine. It's Trey Yen in Mandeville. So good. You won't be disappointed. Zach Kupperman joined us to start the hour. Backtothebeach.org. He's a board member on the Pontchartrain Beach Foundation. They want to redo Pontchartrain Beach over the next 3 years. Incredible plan. I love it. What do you think? Go to backtothebeach.org and check out the artist's renderings. Backtothebeach.org. They're visiting as we speak right now with the LMA, the Lakefront Management Authority. They're meeting on the lakefront at the Art Deco style Lakefront Airport building, second floor, right now as we speak. And backtothebeach.org is presenting their plan to the LMA in the hopes of landing a lease for that Pontchartrain Beach site. I don't see anybody else stepping up, and now's a ripe time. Mitch Landrieu is going to be distributing billions in federal money. I think backtothebeach.org wants to tap into that federal money. I think it's a great idea and perfect fit for that federal money. Perfect fit. And maybe if it works out and it ends up being a great plan, these guys or some group similar to them can try their luck down the road a little bit and do the same thing at Lincoln Beach. It's insane. We have 2 natural beaches with white sand on water on Lake Pontchartrain. That's some of the cleanest on the whole lake. Some of the clearest, cleanest swimming water in the whole lake. And 60 years Lincoln Beach has been closed, since before I was born, early to mid 60s. Pontchartrain Beach shut down their doors in 83. It's crazy. Backtothebeach.org. Check out the website. I think you're going to be impressed. Opening statements have begun at DA Jason Williams' federal tax fraud trial. This trial expected to go at least 2 weeks. I read today could go 3 weeks. But 12 jurors and 4 alternates were selected from yesterday through today. And actually, opening statements, as I said, already took place or are taking place. One outlet said maybe 3-week trial. Jason Williams sounded like ready to get this going, almost like a slight confidence. I don't see it. I'm expecting Jason Williams to be found guilty. I'm expecting Jason Williams to lose his law license. I'm expecting Jason Williams to step down as district attorney. And I'm expecting Jason Williams to be sentenced and go to jail. That's what I think is going to go down from what I know. And I could be wrong on all of this, obviously. That's why they have the trial. That's why you play the game. The outcome is unknown. And Billy Gibbons and Jason Williams, I'm sure they're going to try to pull some rabbit out of their rear end. We'll see. But it just looks overwhelming, especially when you look at the top 3 witnesses for the feds. Jason Williams, tax preparer, Jason Williams, law partner in his firm, and Jason Williams' former wife. I mean, I've never heard of 3 witnesses that strong before. The guy that did the taxes for Jason Williams, his law partner in the office that knows the ins and outs, and third, his ex-wife. Now, I mentioned Billy Gibbons with the Hebe situation where he gave that info to Hebe. Hey, Sal Perricone comments on NOLA.com. I wouldn't say it's an irony or karma, but now you've got Billy Gibbons on the other end of that. It's Jason Williams and his law partner, someone that worked within the office, like Gibbons got, had worked in that office of Jim Letton. So he knew some inside stuff like Perricone's, posting on NOLA.com. Now it's Jason Williams, law partner in the firm, that's spilling all the beans to the feds. And that, of course, will be the argument, too. Besides, hey, the tax preparer doesn't have a CPA. It's not qualified. He lied to us saying he had a CPA. It'll also be, he's saying anything to the feds to get off himself. That's always the defense's argument. These witnesses are unscrupulous, or, they're going to say anything. They're going to do whatever it takes. They'll sell out. They'll lie. They'll do anything to save their own rear ends. So that's always, the defense is going to try to discredit the tax guy for Jason Williams, try to discredit Jason Williams' partner. He left the firm. He was going to be fired. He was incompetent. It'll be that type of stuff. And then the ex-wife. It'll be, that's why we're divorced. She's trying to save her rear end. She's at fault, whatever. I just don't see any of this sticking. And I think there's a tax case, kind of cut and dried, black and white on paper, not a lot of gray area, not a lot of, you got to suspend disbelief to think this, or you have to have empathy to have an understanding of how these people are thinking. It's all on paper, math. I don't know how Jason Williams gets off on this one, but again, we'll see. What do you think? Rouse's Markets phone lines, 504-766-9480. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 504-766-9480. That's how you can participate in the program. Watching on TV, listening on the radio, checking us out at YouTube, live streaming, CoreyTalks.com. Lots of ways to check out the program. I was on Earhart today, about a block off Carrollton. Yes, I was at Helm Paint and Decorating, visiting with Joe Helm. His brother-in-law Keith's there, Ronnie, his brother, Christy, his sister. It truly is a family affair. Joe's wife is over on Canal Boulevard by the train track. 7 locations in Metro New Orleans. New Orleans, Metairie, Kenner, Mandeville, Hammond, their newest on to Best Bank, West Bank Expressway at Stumpf. The latest and greatest Helm Paint and Decorating location. You don't need to know the locations. Go online, pick out your Benjamin Moore colors. Call any one of the 7 Helm locations. Free delivery of that Benjamin Moore paint within 2 hours, anywhere in Metro New Orleans, so you can keep working. Helm Paint and Decorating. When you want to paint in Metro New Orleans, go to Helm. Do it once, do it right. Let them steer you in the right direction. For over 50 years, local people you can trust. Helm Paint and Decorating. Yeah, my guys took the aluminum siding off my house finally, and I painted my house. Got a great watertight primer, a high-quality Benjamin Moore product, and then I used a Benjamin Moore paint. They've got a couple of lines of paint with a lifetime warranty. I chose Regal Select, and I'll never, ever have to paint my house again. but because it was affordable, and if I want to change the color down the road, I can. Helm Paint and Decorating, a no-brainer. Zach Kupperman joined us earlier in the hour. He's with backtothebeach.org. He's more specifically, backtothebeach.org is the website. He's with the Pontchartrain Beach Foundation. He's a board member. Zach joined us as we speak. Lakefront Airport, they're addressing the LMA, the Lakefront Management Authority, pitching the idea of leasing Pontchartrain Beach from the Lakefront Management Authority. So they're going to pay a lease. There's money being generated right there. And then the city's going to have tax dollars created by food trucks and concerts and the like, any kind of event, the volleyball tournaments, that type of stuff. Anyway, a really impressive rendering. Really impressive. Backtothebeach.org to check it out. Let's head to Uptown New Orleans. Matthew joins us on the program. What's up, Matthew?
Hey, Corey, great show. I was just going to give my 2 cents on the Jason Williams case.
Love to hear it.
Yeah, I just think it's a bit overkill with the government. I'm sure they have enough facts or evidence against Mr. Williams. I just found it a bit of an overkill that they would bring in his ex-wife to testify against him. And I'm just curious to hear your take on whether or not that may backfire on the government.
That's interesting. No, it's interesting.
I mean, why do that to the guy?
No, it's interesting you say that, Matthew. It's his former wife. We're going to find out what she brings to the table. But if it's like kind of, I'm not saying you're saying this as a fact, but the slight insinuation you're making is like, you're rubbing salt in the wound. It's his former wife. It's personal. Right. If she doesn't add something legally significant, you're right, Matthew. I think there has to be something legally significant. I can't believe they would be doing it like to rub it in his face.
Yeah, I think they have a couple of kids together. Certainly one, I think the paper said.
Yeah.
But I'm curious as to whether or not that may turn off some of the jurors. I think it has to be unanimous in federal court, and that might maybe pose an issue. Who knows?
Yeah.
But great show. I'll continue to listen. Thank you.
Thanks, Matthew. Thanks in Uptown. That's a point I never even thought of, and you might have some validity to it. If she doesn't have something with oomph that's like legal,
Young's Dry
you're
Cleaning
right.
has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Rouse's Markets means convenience. Every one of our 65 locations opens at 7 a.m., some at 6:30. And they're open until 10 p.m., with some staying open till 11 or even midnight. Convenience. Rouse's Markets. Tastes like home.
Which Metro New Orleans area restaurant made CNN's top 50 in America and ThrillList.com's top 25 and has served presidents at the White House for over 40 years? Trey Yen in Mandeville. The Port of New Orleans Napoleon Terminal is nearly doubling in size, with 4 new gantry cranes being installed and over $100 million being invested. That means lots of new jobs, port traffic, and tax dollars for the city. The Port of New Orleans, your port.
Ford F-150, #1 seller in America. What about in the USA? Let's see, what about in the world? Who sells more trucks than Ford? Nobody. It's because the Lamarck team is the real team. All that makes it happen is one goal. Everybody having a great experience at Lamarck Ford. We became #1 for a reason, because we're good. And we need to prove it every day, every deal, all the time.
Louisiana is unique. The food, the festivals, even the bugs. No, not mud bugs. Unwanted bugs like these. The ones you don't want crawling in your home or business. Trust the Shield from J&J Exterminating. We've been protecting Louisiana homes for over 50 years, earning the trust of our clients because we deliver what we promise. Protect your home from pests. Get the Shield from J&J Exterminating.
J&J Exterminating. Yeah.
Greater New Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com.
Recently, Kim Kardashian was seen at Super Discount Store in Chalmette.
Let's party.
Can you think of any other celebrities that won't sue us? Super Discount Store in Chalmette. The lowest prices allowed by Louisiana law on wine, alcohol, and cold beer. 3235 Paris Road.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot.
Have a painting project but can't decide on the perfect color? At Helm Paint and Decorating, we offer half-pint paint samples in any Benjamin Moore color for under $5, so you can test potential paint colors before investing in a full gallon.
Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore. Let us steer you in the right direction.
Come to Fausto's Italian Bistro. Age-old Italian recipes like the calamari fritti or spaghetti and meatballs. Lunch Monday to Friday, dinner Monday to Saturday. 530 Vets, a block before Dorignax. Fausto's Italian Bistro.
The city's premier day spa experience is at the Woodhouse Day Spa with 4 area locations: New Orleans, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and Metairie. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. nola.woodhousespas.com.
Matthew brings up an interesting point. I wasn't even thinking along those lines. I assumed, and I still am assuming, that the wife is a legitimate witness and there's got to be something to it. But Matthew brings up an interesting point. I mean, could the feds be that vindictive where they're trying to, tick off Jason Williams? I don't see that. I think Jason Williams has some major tax problems. I think there's no denying that. And, there's nothing Jason Williams has said publicly that would make me think a lot of this is not true. Just broad statements like, it's an agenda. They don't want me being DA. He wanted to bring racial and political elements into the trial. So Billy Gibbons and Jason Williams, one of their attack modes, one of their spokes on the wheel, one of their cogs was politically motivated, like, hey, you don't want me as DA, you don't want a Democrat or something to that effect. And then racially, like, you're coming after me because I'm black. And I think it was Marty Feldman, maybe it was Afric. Feldman may have already died by this time. I think Afric said, you're not going to be able to use politics or race. They don't come into play from what we can see. You're not going to be able to use those in your defense. And I think that's fair. I don't think there was anything motivated by politics or race. I mean, Jason Williams was a city councilman, yet and it isn't like, oh gosh, what an effective city councilman, and the feds have some agenda, we better eliminate him from New Orleans politics. That just seems like a super stretch. But I will give Matthew this, it's humans involved. If the feds are that stupid and that silly and they have a personal vendetta and they're going to bring in Jason Williams' wife just to kind of, put the screws to him, to throw a rock in his shoe, make him uncomfortable. Yeah, that Matthew's right. That would backfire. The jurors would see that potentially and it would go the other way. But I don't think that's the case. I think we're going to see those 3 witnesses. The feds brought them on because they're going to have strong testimony that doesn't look good for Jason Williams. That's what I think. But I wasn't even thinking that way, Matthew. I'm thinking the tax guy, the law partner, the former wife, Boy, that's three great witnesses. I don't know how you can do any better than that. But again, I can't speak for those feds, but I would assume there isn't some vindictive campaign. And not that this makes me right at all, but as I mentioned before, Afric throughout the race or, political angle as a defense. You're not using that in this trial. So I think the wife's going to end up being a legitimate witness. 12 jurors selected, 4 alternates selected. Now, even though this is DA Jason Williams, New Orleans DA, and it's the Eastern District of Louisiana, it's actually the Western District of Louisiana prosecutors. The Eastern District prosecutors recused themselves. The Lafayette prosecutors came into the Eastern District. That's why it's still in New Orleans. It wasn't moved to Lafayette. And the jury pool has to come from New Orleans. That was the primary reason it stayed in New Orleans. Prosecution different, jury pool the same. It comes from, I think, Joe Responti yesterday said 13 parishes sort of surrounding Lake Pontchartrain. So Orleans Parish is 60% black, 40% white. The state is 70-30. I'm guessing 70% white, 30% black. It flip-flops. New Orleans, 60% black, 40% white. Pre-Katrina, it was 70-30. It's 60-40 now. The state is 70% white, 30% black. I would think Metro New Orleans, the 13 parishes that surround New Orleans, it kind of goes the state route. Not as extreme because New Orleans is majority black, but I would say I'm guessing if it's 60-40 Orleans Parish black to white, and it's 70-30 statewide white to black, I would think the 13 parish New Orleans area is probably 60-40 white to black, majority white for sure, without a doubt. And New Orleans is the only parish in the metro that's majority black. St. Bernard's majority white. It's Jefferson's majority white. St. Tammany's, all the saints. St. John the Baptist, St. Mary, all of them. Plaquemine, majority white. So I don't, Tangi, majority white. Orleans, majority black. I don't think it skews towards the state average because of New Orleans, but I think it's going to be majority white. So my guess when we find out the jury, I'm guessing it's, I can't tell you the male-female breakdown, but I think it's probably going to be 8 or 9 white people and just 3 or 4 black people. And that would be proper representation of, the metro area. 7 white, 5 black, 8 white, 4 black, something like that. Could be as many as 9 white and 3 black. 12 jurors have been selected, 4 alternate jurors all selected. The 10-count indictment, 1 charge was dropped. DA Jason Williams federal tax fraud trial. Opening statements have begun. That cranked up today. The jury has been seated. Opening statements started today. We're going to keep getting Joe Responti on every few days. This trial is expected to go at least 2 weeks. Some say maybe 3 weeks. We'll get him on to keep us up to date on what's going on there. Hey, if you missed the beginning of this hour, you missed Zach Kupperman from the Pontchartrain Beach Foundation. As we speak, they're presenting their idea for Pontchartrain Beach to the LMA, the Lakefront Management Authority, out at the Lakefront Airport at this very moment. Go to backtothebeach.org if you care about New Orleans at all and check out these artist renderings, the ideas, the plan they have for Pontchartrain Beach. Long overdue. Got me pretty fired up. And you know what? That's right, Blue Boy. There'll be a dog park out there. You're right on the money, buddy. What, Blue Boy? Remind people about best quality, best price, best selection. Rouse's Markets in your neighborhood, near your neighborhood. Tastes like home. Rouse's Markets. Good job, Blue Boy. What else? 93.9 FM, 107.9 FM, New Orleans. The Legal ID. Blue Boy, you're a savior, brother. Thank you.
Louisiana is unique. The food,